I've always felt different. I've always seen things, but when I tried to express them as a child, I was always told to ignore it.
There were people that I didn't know that came to me and said, I had this message that I keep getting that I have to deliver to you.
All of a sudden, out of the shadows, a homeless man just jumped right in front of me. And he said, I'm a soul just like you.
I love it.
I wanted to understand the universe and who and what we are and what are we doing here.
Well, we're all part of this amazing soul wave tapping into each other.
This was a major life changer.
You are a light. You have helped me a ton. Thank you.
You've given me the courage to live more from my soul.
Millions of people are awakening.
So wake up with Michele Meiche. Be pleased to hear the best-selling authors and experts in the fields of cutting-edge self-help, personal growth, metaphysics, and spirituality. The soul path of awakening.
Understand what living awake is.
Ooh, hello, lovies. Oh, hello, Radiant Soul Light. Always great to connect with all of you. Hello in the chat as well. If you're new to this podcast, I'm Michele, and really happy to have you here with all of us. It's a great community here, and we do readings. I do psychic readings, tarot, numerology, channel guidance, meditate, whatever. If that is something that interests you, or you just want to say hey or share how your path is going, you can call in live right now, 347-539-5122. And I kind of do little mini soul guidance sessions, spiritual life coaching, and also psychic readings. You can do astrology too, or numerology, or you can have a combo. You can have a combo if you want to. First time here, welcome. Ooh, good. So again, call in number 347-539-5122 and press 1 on the keypad. And if you happen to, want to connect in the chat, you got to, sign up or whatever. Do a little, what do you call it? Register with Blog Talk Radio. Otherwise, you can just listen incognito. So, okay, guys, I am bringing, by the way, we have Paolo on, so, it's going to be fun with his Buddha laugh. He's coming on the second half of the program, or maybe a little sooner if I can see him in the queue. So we will be doing readings the whole show, talking, doing whatever comes up, however spirit moves us. But before we get to all this, you guys, okay, I am expanding this podcast. Finally, I know people have asked me to do it forever, and I just now have the support. Shout out to Jacqueline Hansel, tirelessly working on this. Also, she's an amazing editor. If you guys are doing an ebook, a regular book, she's great at editing. Shout out also to Sadie Davenport, who's the producer of this podcast. Actually, shout out to everybody, Jen and Joe's, everybody that's been helping me, all of you, lots of love. So what we're going to do is I'm going to take some of the replays and put them on YouTube. And, in fact, we already have, I think, a couple up already, so people can re-listen to. So a lot of people listen to these episodes over and over, so they tell me, email and DMs. And then I'm looking for the day, maybe right after this or maybe on a Friday. Let me know at awakeningspodcast@gmail.com, or connect with me on my YouTube channel, Soul Insights and Tarot, and leave me in the comments section. Preferred day you would like, day and time. Because what I'm going to do is I'm also going to do Awakening Conversations. I'm going to be bringing that in the guests, so we can have also a visual to YouTube. So we're going to bring that and hopefully just create this amazing community with other podcasters. I'm really, really feeling the need to do this before more of the shit hits the fan next year. So really need to connect with each other, support each other. I want to do that as much as I can. I'm doing that here. I'm doing that on Instagram, YouTube, all for free. Patreon and, with groups, monthly groups. I'm going to do more of it. Because we are creating this new paradigm, this new earth. We have to all be opening up to embody the new emerging consciousness and get going on our stuff, what we're meant to do on a soul level. I mean, as things are dismantling, we're the builders, we're the generators, the creators, the manifestors. So, it's kind of up to us, and it's going to get rocky. It's going to get kind of fun. I'll tell you, rocky, what happened. I got a strike. One of my channels, some of you know that I channeled all of this with the pandemic, everything, vaccine, everything that's been happening between 2017 and 2018. I had 4 days of visions. And, I told some of my clients, start working online, don't rely on in person. You're not going to be able to work. And I shared what was going on. Well, one of my long-term clients, Spirit Soul Buddies, we'd done a YouTube, and she was asking me all these questions about finance and gold and what was going to be crashing and the pandemic, everything. And I just found out it got whatever, like I got a warning and it got taken down. And so I'm being censored, me of all people. But so far the audios, everybody cross your fingers, your toes, connect into the spirit, soul, light, that we don't get really censored here. I talked pretty upfront here, because they can't pick up on the keywords so much here. I don't get transcripts on this audio podcast. We have guests, so they usually come up with the title. So unfortunately, it's like it's like digging. You got to be like a DJ right now. If you want to get the deets of what's happening, why, what's going on with the Kabul, what is the agenda, what's going to happen, I lay it all out. And again, it's not me. It's just channeled information that I get. But many of you know that have been with me for a while. But you're going to have to dig. Like back in the day, with the albums, you got to go through the crates and dig through it like any good DJ, because I don't put the information in the title. It's specific because I wouldn't have a platform. If I had come out with everything, I do put it on Patreon, and I've been doing it as unlisted YouTube videos, but now I guess what I'm going to have to do is put it on Rumble or Odyssey, and I'm going to probably record the information, the channeled information. I'm going to record it on Dropbox. Look at this, guy. Don't we feel like spies or something? What the hell? I came out with that it was already before anything, that it was a lab, man-made. Everything that's starting to come out now about the vaccine pass. I told people, clients of mine, I said, you're going to have a passport. You're not going to be able to go. Some people are going to be put in camps. All of this stuff. It's happening, folks. So I guess what I'm going to do is record it on Zoom or StreamYard, upload it to my Dropbox, then put it on Patreon for the people that are connecting with me on Patreon, the Patreon community. And because so far I haven't been, booted out there. And then I'm going to also upload it to Odyssey or Rumble and start a page there, so I don't have to censor myself. I really hate, let's see, Lynn, love the expansion. Hey, Lenny, thank you. Lynn, you just got in the chat. I got like almost a strike, but they warned me. They pulled one of my videos with all the information about the Kabul translatoralists, trilateralists, I got all these trilateralists, the Kabul, the Bilderberg Group, the pandemic, everything. And anyway, so I got to appeal that. So what I would love everyone to do, please, 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 come connect with me on Instagram. Sign up, subscribe, follow, whatever you call it. Come to my YouTube channel, the Awakenings with Michele Meiche podcast channel, and also, what's the other one? Soul Insights and Tarot with Michele, with moi. And sign up, subscribe. Let's do this. We got to be stealthy. My Libra rising does not like a lot of conflict here. I thought I was going to be under the radar a little more, but But I want to get the information out because it actually not only helped me and the people closest to me, it helped a lot of people. You know, I worked with some people that if they hadn't received that channeled information, they'd be on the streets right now. Their jobs were completely pulled from them. They were not able to go to work in person, and they started an online component. So, you know, and they're building. Well, I would say that for everyone, whatever you're doing, have a hobby that can turn into either financial or some kind of exchange. It doesn't always have to be money, but something you can say, hey, I can help you with this. You can help me with that. I mean, I'm very into that when I'm, you know, when people are helping me. So just kind of know your worth right now, that if you're at this time on the planet, you have a very, very important role. And I would say between now, 2023 to 2025, there's going to be a push to step into that role. It's going to be even more extreme than 2020. And so you're going to start seeing that, wow, there is this other avenue. There is this parallel world. There is this parallel economy that's happening. And I want to be a part of that. So I'm here to support you any way I can. If you want to get in touch with me, you can at, you know, awakeningspodcast@gmail.com or info@soulplayground.com, or, you know, again, put it in the comments of YouTube. I really go through that, and I love seeing you guys' face. Hi, everyone in the chat. Good to see you. So I think because we have a lot of people in the queue, I'm going to get to callers. I kind of said my little piece. In my meditation there, hey, K-Oats, it really was this morning like, okay, Michelle, it's just time to do this. And, you know, here's the thing, guys. I do have an ego. You know, everybody does. So, you know, when I had this information, it's just like on celebrities. I've had, like, information on celebrities because I've channeled people that have known them or I've worked with them. I thought, God, if I put this out in the National Enquirer or something, I mean, damn, I would just blow up. What the hell? But I can't do something I wouldn't want to do, and I wouldn't want to do that to somebody. But it just makes me laugh because I look back and I go, oh, my God. It's just so weird how this information comes to me, you know, or I talk to someone that knows someone and all of a sudden I get all this information. So those of you that know me well, I really ask the guides and the oversouls when I channel all this information, I'm like, oh my God, I gotta do a video. I got to put it out there. I got to help people. I got to tell people, you know, I got to be, and they're like, nope. Every time I tuned in, nope. Teach people how to tune into their intuition. Teach people how to trust their intuition. Teach people how to connect within, because that's the only thing that's going to be able to help people, is they'll know what to do or where to be, you know, the right place, the right decision. It's not about what's happening externally. You'll share that in a different way. And they said small groups. You'll share in small groups. You're going to be behind the scenes. And kind of frankly, I'm kind of glad for that because I really don't like the controversy. I just really don't. I just don't like getting into like trolly energy on the internet or trying to convince people. You know, I'm like, all right, if you want to believe, you know, or just check it out. You don't have to believe blindly, of course. You got to trust your own, you know, intuition on things. But hey there, Light. Hey, Lynn. Payne is in the house. Hello, Lenny. Got a lot of people. Was that Bridget? I can't see. I've got light streaming in. I'm in the mountains right now. There's a lot of light streaming in. I can't see on my computer. Hey, everyone. So that's the best thing you can do. Have your tools, emotional clearing, repatterning. If you need tools to download or copy and paste, make them your own. Go to my website, soulplayground.life, and basically how to, you know, see below the surface or see above or see in the distance and not get caught up in the peripherals, not get caught up what's happening on the surface in the moment, you know, and kind of strategize and come together. I mean, I just think for me, with my video getting pulled and YouTube saying, you know, your content is going against guidelines, it's medical misinformation. I don't even talk about that kind of stuff. Maybe I did say I had COVID at the time and took what did I take? Not ivermectin, but the the hydroxychloroquine or something. Maybe I mentioned that. But by the way, that video has been up since February. So there's some reason that it was pulled now. And my sense is there's going to be much more censorship, even more than there is already on social media, just because of the agenda that's trying to get ushered or pushed because they don't want us coming together. They don't want us asking common sense questions, even with everything that happened in this last situation and it's not just 2020, it's other things. But let's even just say everything that happened, common sense. I mean, there's so much with even metaphysics or advanced metaphysics that's just common sense. And so as people start questioning and really thinking with a critical mind and not out of fear, you kind of go, oh, you know what? That kind of doesn't really make sense. What's the real agenda or meaning behind this? It's kind of like those of you that are parents, it's kind of like the one child, that you can't get to have clean their room or do what they need to do. And then all of a sudden they clean the room, they even wash your car. You're like, wait a minute, what's going on here? And they're like, oh, never mind, Mom, never mind, Dad. Oh, no, I just love doing that for you. And they're doing that all of a sudden, let's say like for a few days, right? And then lo and behold, the fifth day, what happens? It's the weekend. And what do they want? They want something. Do they want to borrow the car? They want to stay at somebody's house. They want to buy something. They have $5 and they want to buy something that's $100. And they're like, can you give me the rest of the money? You know what I mean? Or if they're little kids, they're like, hey, I want to buy, I don't know, some toy or something. I want this video game or I want an iPhone. You know what I mean? So I'm just saying, the more we kind of connect into our own inner knowing and common sense, we kind of go, let me just research this a little bit. All right, let's get to callers 347-539-5122. Oh, wait, let me read what Lynn is saying in the chat. Which was my sense, anything that was worse, politics or violence, it's all the same. The politics, it's a tool. Same with Bitcoin now, because I had told people to sell. Like, by the way, you can buy, you can still make money, you can trade. I'm not saying don't trade if you know what you're doing, but it's backed by the government. Hoshi. It was to get people to adapt to the digital currency, digital wallets, social credits, tracking, tracing, all of that. And the government has used this kind of thing before to adapt and then be able to track and trace. Same even with the internet. Of course, there always will be an out-creating of whatever is trying to block or stop us or minimize. That's just how it works on this Earth dimension. There's always a lower, middle, and higher octave of expression and experience on this Earth plane. So we're always going to get the lower level or negative shadow aspect, and then the shadow positive aspect that wants to come through. This is why all of our experiences are determined by vibrational frequency, and your soul's path, where you're meant to be on a soul level. And it has nothing to do with money or whether you live in a little hut or you live in a mansion. That has nothing to do with consciousness. It's what you experience within that situation. So that was a man-made generated thing that was let loose for a multitude of reasons. Lynn, I got that too, Michelle, more censorship. Yeah, and moving towards more taboo subjects or views. Yeah, you're going to see it. We're really books getting pulled out of, again, everything repeats. And by the way, some of my elder metaphysical teachers taught me that probably in the mid-'90s, and I didn't want to believe it. They were trying to teach the cyclical nature, and they said, Michelle, once you understand that everything on the earth plane just keeps replaying exactly the same, the only thing that has the potential to change is the vibratory, an energetic wavelength of the situation. In other words, it can get more and more ideal but it has to do that literally hundreds of thousands of years until it shifts, until it becomes extinct. Similar to like certain animals were around thousands of years, now they're not here, but there's a form of them still here. They can be traced back. Similar with us. So things really do move in this evolutionary spiral, revolutionary, through the spiral of encoding these situations. It takes quite a while, and then they repeat themselves. So we all would do well to understand what is repeating in our life individually as well as in the collective, and then make more conscious choices around that. And know that, okay, if governments use fear as tactics as they have in the past, you can see where this has happened before. And of course, if you're into astrology, you can clearly see that through the aspects and looking at when are the aspects that we have now, when were they last in our life and what was going on. That will mean we will for sure have a version of that coming through. And then you can plan. And all of this that's shared, whether it's through me or other people that divine information or other astrologers, it's not to put people in fear or scare people. It's to say this cycle is coming back around. You have choice within that, how you respond. So that's the whole idea. But the problem is that those that are in the invader-dominator culture or aspect of the earth plane, they bank on people going into fear, overconsumption, gluttony, trying to overdo, overget, or in anything that is trying to get out of what is actually happening and not to see. So fear is a tool that is used. But if you have the information, even from an astrological point of view, you can go, wow, this same aspects, it's very similar or the same thing that happened before. What are the decisions I can make, even decisions that people made in the past that help them survive or thrive? Because part of what happens in what's going on in the chaos is to connect into the creative energy within the chaos. So all this chaos and all this restriction and constriction is still a lot of energy. It's like a powder keg of energy. So if you could not get swept up in the surface and peripherals and still harness that energy and go, whoa, there's openings here. There's opportunities. I'm going to, instead of getting pulled down by this energy and believing in the forms of what's being created by people from this energy, I'm going to create something different. I'm going to do something differently. Okay, let's get the first caller, and then in a little bit, Paolo is going to be coming on. Paolo D'oro. I think he has a website now and ways to connect with him, but we will find out. Let's get to our first caller. Hello.
Hello. Hi, this is Donna from California. How are you?
Hey, Donna, great. Welcome. I'm in California also. Great. Do you have a question or something you want to share?
Well, I wanted to know about my love life, finances, getting better. Those two things are pretty prominent in my life right now. No love life and no money.
Well, by the way, I am seeing on my YouTube, which I'd love for you to subscribe to, I just did 2 Akashic readings, and one had to do with relationship. Actually, I think there's 2 on relationship, because I am seeing a lot of people partner or get into unions at this time. So I would say I'm getting more for you next year. I'm also getting something different with your work. Does that make sense? You could be getting a different job.
I'm retired, but I, occasionally do a little home health care part-time.
You're definitely going to be doing something work-wise. Wait, give me your name again.
Donna, right. Okay, Donna.
Yeah, you're going to be working.
Oh, good.
Yeah, you're going to get out more. Yeah, either I don't know, because I feel like March, April of next year is like a new lease on life. The winter might be a little sleepy. You might be a little more contemplative. And then January, February, this energy starts coming in and building like, you know what, if I made this much, or I could do this, or I have the time, I'm just going to do it. I'm going to get out more. I'm going to do this. I also, by the way, see you someplace around water. Now, I don't know if it's a sailboat or boat, or you go on a cruise. Not a huge one. It could be just like a mini one, or maybe you go to Catalina. I don't know. But I do see you socializing more, stretching out more, doing more stuff with groups. So these could be social groups, and you meet someone through there. And I do believe they are a retiree also.
Oh,
so you're going to work, you're going to work a little bit, and even with this person, I see you working a little bit, doing stuff on the side, and then you guys are going to travel kind of quite a bit. You know, you're going to like plan. I see you planning trips, like, okay, like it might be January, February, and then you're like, okay, where should we go? You know, do you want to go somewhere in the summer? No, let's go in the fall. What about August, September? Okay, okay, I'm going to look into that. Let's go here. Let's go there. So yeah, things are about to really up level for you. So kind of just hold to it, feel things out. Like you're going to be getting little feelings, little signs, little things, you know, through flashes of insight, through your dreams. But I feel more, let's say January on, and for sure like March, April. That's when I see you really getting out there and also meeting someone. All right, Donna?
That's great. I love to travel. Yeah, that's my passion.
Oh, you?
Yeah.
Oh, good. Oh, good. Yeah, they love to travel too. You guys are going to be, oh my God, you're so open. I see you also in this little garden in the yard. You're going to be doing something to the plants or flowers, a garden. You guys sit out there, have your tea or coffee. There's short-term trips and a couple of big trips. Like you might do some short ones throughout the year and then plan for a bigger trip. Yeah, you're going to have your travel buddy. It's going to be good. It's going to be really good. There's something else, also something around you with Palm Springs, Palm Desert, and when.
Yeah, that's close to me.
Well, you know, I see you going. There's something about where there's something in bloom. The flowers bloom, or the cactus bloom, or succulents bloom. Yeah, but you're going to be doing some trips there too as well. All right, Donna, keep listening.
Thank you. That was wonderful. Thank you.
You're welcome. And connect with me on Instagram and YouTube. I'd love to see you there. If you do,
will do.
Let me know that I read for you. Okay, take care.
Thanks.
Bye.
I appreciate it.
Bye.
Oh, love it. Let's see what the energy's picking up. Hey, you're on air. Hello. Hi.
Hi, Michelle.
Who's this?
Hi, this is Zara.
Hi, Zara.
Hi.
Welcome.
So, thank you. So, I have a question. I'm currently volunteering in a hospital setting, and for a few months now, it's I'd say about 6 months, and I enjoy it very much. But there's a program that I had want to try and initiate, and I spoke to the coordinator about that, and he's been mulling it over, and I'm wondering if you think that something's going to lull and
but it's going to take a while. I'm almost feeling like they need approval or talk to some. For one thing, I'm getting a lot of what's the word? Disorder there, or stuff is a bit in chaos behind the scenes. So they may be redoing programs, or he's going to put you in touch with someone else to talk to, is what I'm hearing also.
Oh, I see.
So I don't, he's going to put you in touch. Either he doesn't do that or isn't going to do that anymore.
Okay. I see.
Is it something with, does that make sense? There's some change that's happening there with actually who would be a part of what it is that you want to do.
Maybe, they are making changes, but he did agree with me that it was something that the organization can benefit. It's actually a small facility, and I do have the training background, so it's like, but I was thinking this is another connected question, whether I should actually try and do it there, or ask them to get clients to try and start my own business. With that,
I wouldn't depend on just them. However, I do feel like you are going to do it there. But there again, there's something going on behind the scenes. I can't, because this is just a mini read. I'm not getting exactly particulars, but it may be that he's going to be doing something else within his role or title, or somebody, or things like what you propose to do. Someone else is the one to talk to about it, or is going to be, or is the one that's going to be organizing. Because I'm not getting a no. I'm just getting that there's like administrative, I don't even know if I'd say red tape. It's just like, Joe does that now, or I'm handing that to Sally, or we're going to do more programs like that, so we're going to now have a little area that this is on that. You know, they're changing some things around, but I definitely would also do it on your own, 5,000%. I would definitely not wait for them. And it may be that when you actually do talk to this other person, that you have more of a pitch for them. You know, you have more things laid out for them. Okay, so don't give up. It's going to happen, but there's just reorganizing or something behind the scenes, so it's not top priority, is what I'm hearing.
No, I understand. It's just that I find it hard to like get people without being affiliated with an organization. I just don't. People won't come to me if I just put a website out there, because I tried before and it didn't work. I feel like for what I want to do, it's best to join forces with an established organization where everybody's already there. I have like clients.
But what you need to do, Zara, is think out of the box. Get yourself get on Instagram and start doing, talking about it, doing quotes or reels about what it is that you want to do, and get, because see, you're not yet fully embodying what it is that you want to do. You're not yet fully coming in as this expert, as this practitioner. You're a little wiggly, and so that sometimes can communicate to people. So they're like, yeah, good idea, but we'll see, But it's like, no, I'm doing this. And I think this is a great way to do this. Is, this will really, you know what I'm saying? So I just feel like it's going to happen, but you have to embody it more. Otherwise, it's getting lost in the shuffle behind the scenes. Because
I understand.
Also, yeah, do you know what I mean? So
but I'm not the type that's going to go on Instagram and do this. I'm just not going to do it.
Then I don't know what to tell you. It's right now for everybody. It's time to get out of your comfort zone, because that's where the growth is. That's where the growth is.
Yeah.
So that's all I would say.
All right.
Take good care. Bye-bye.
Take care.
Yeah. Okay, gang. Let's go on. That was a good example. Spirit doesn't want to hear, I'm not the type, or I can't do this. You know what I mean? People ask, how did I live in multiple places around the world? How did I get this opportunity, that opportunity? I just trusted Spirit. I trusted the guy. You're going to hear Monkey in the background and Dorche. You guys, you got to do that. This is a new paradigm. We cannot, not trying to put shade anybody, but we can, this is for all of us, myself included. I have to remind myself is my soul is infinite, the possibilities. I'm connected to source energies. That inspiration, what you get. I mean, me even starting this podcast, I started it so long ago there weren't even that many podcasts. I didn't even know when I got hired to do it on another internet radio station. And I was so excited, and then I had the meeting, and then the guy's like, okay, well, when you edit it and then upload it to the FTP, I was like, what? Oh, me! Don't you have some buttons I push and I just start talking? First of all, the podcast was only a half an hour long, because I thought, what the hell am I going to talk about? What am I going to say? Then I had to interview, because it was a music station, I interviewed all these top-notch, well-known musicians. And they were like, their sound. You want us to help you edit? And I'm like, oh my God. I remember teaching at Agape Spiritual Center more than 3 times, because I had my meditation course, I think 2 times a week. I had clients. I was still doing some, modeling and acting, kind of more on camera stuff. I did some metaphysical workshops on my own, meditation, and at Agape Spiritual Center. Then I had the podcast. There were some nights that I didn't get to bed till 3 a.m. because after I did all the stuff, my clients, everything, teaching Agape, got home at 10:30 at night, met with my DJ friends to help me edit. Shout out to Petey. Showing me Pro Tools because I had to edit. I didn't edit a sound editor. I had to learn just enough to edit the episode, and then I had to learn how to upload to the FTP account. I went out and bought equipment. I had to have, phaser, all this audio equipment, mic, everything, all this stuff. And that's why when Blog Talk Radio, I know it's not the best sound, but I did that for a year or two. And then when Blog Talk Radio came around, my client told me about it. I'm like, oh my God, all I have to do is log in, and then and they send it everywhere. No more FTP, no more. So I don't know. I'm not trying to shade anybody. I don't want to be a meanie. I'm not trying to be, mean girl. But what I am saying, people, you're not going to thrive with the opportunities when everything that is presented. I mean, there's a lot of things that are presented to me, and I'm thinking, oh, I don't know if I can do that, or how can I do that? I don't have the time. I don't have the money. I don't know how to do it, But if we stay there, I'm not the type of person to do this. I'm not the type of person. We are. We're not any type of person. We're a soul. And so when these challenges come up, that means we have a chance for more spiritual energy, illumination, more life force animating energy coming through us to allow for more soul expression. We grow, we stretch ourselves, and then we have more. Because I'll be honest with you guys, what I'm seeing especially, starting next year and beyond, there's not going to be a lot of corporations. They're going to be a lot divvied up, even these big social media companies. Corporations are going to be downsizing. They're going to be saying, okay, well, you can work for this amount of money as an employee, but we're working with consultants, or we're bringing contract workers in. Or we're not paying for insurance, but we'll pay for the, there's going to be a lot of changes. And some of you can see it already started in 2020, of how we work, how we make ourselves marketable in this greatly and vastly changing, ecosystem, and also meaning the economic sphere. Because economy or economics has to do with energy. All about a different quality of energy that's coming in. So I always thank my callers because they get us thinking, for all of us. When I think it's important, this is what I do. I pause and I go, wow, that's a confirmation for me. Or how am I doing that, or not doing that? Or how can I integrate this? Because this is a new time, people. We're not going back to the old way of being. We're not going back to 20, 25 years working at a corporation and getting the watch. We're not going back to that. We're going into we're in a dismantling phase and a building phase. We're not rebuilding structures as to how they were in the past. And if you look around, you can see that. Even politically, local politicians, governors, and mayors have never had as much power as they do now as in individual states. Even if the federal starts crunching in again, eventually it's not going to hold, because there is a freeing up to get more to like a tribunal type of culture. Right, monkey? Okay. Got me fired up and inspired. All right, let's see where. I did get to 8:05. Didn't I call you? Hi, you're on air. Hi. Oh my. Hello.
Hi. This is Donna. I was the first one to speak to you.
Oh, Donna, I thought so too. Okay, so I just had to say hi to you again. You're sweet. Thank you. Oh, Donna, take care. Okay, here we go. Hi, you're on here.
Hi, Michelle. This is Stacy. I have the same question as Donna. Do you see anything coming in for my love life?
Okay, let's see. Another Donna. Oh, maybe that's why I was picking up. Okay. Let's see what's going on with you. Okay, then I think we're going to see Apollo's in the house and get him in we'll do a tag team with the readings. Okay, yes, but there's some. So your work question and then also relationship, right?
Yeah, I'm at the same job a couple of years. Wanted to know, like, if meet some, anything about my love life.
Okay, well, the work seems to be fine. Seems like you could be taking a little time off or vacation.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, are you getting ready to? Or are you planning something? Because it shows some time off.
Yeah, I have some days, but I think I'll take them towards the end of the year. Yeah,
end of the year.
They don't carry over.
Right. Yeah, I think around Sag time. So it shows end of November into December. But it does show nice little vacation, nice time off, and you're kind of introspective. I mean, there is a similar energy with Don. There's this time for you is going to be a little more introspective, like contemplative of like, what do I really want now in my life, or where do I want to go, or how can I make some small changes? Definitely a relationship that comes in kind of quickly could be in time of Pisces. How does Donna meet this person? Okay. You're going to be studying something or looking a lot at finance or investments. I do see something coming up for you similar to the other Donna with social groups, but yours could be a bit more specific, where I saw hers kind of more hobby, leisure, or more leisurely, like social groups. I'm getting yours about learning. So it could be spirituality, it could be investing. There's going to be things that you want to learn more about to somehow do or integrate into your life. And that's where I do feel that you meet this person. Also a lot of online. So there could be an online component to this person. There could be a workshop, or it could be something that you're doing online and then later they do it in person, or they have a meetup. And then you end up meeting this person. I'm getting also a Doug or a Dan, a D name. Doug or Dan, Douglas, Dan. I'm just thinking up there could be something with social media, or you read about something, you end up doing it, and then there's, again, this in-person, like you're like, oh, that's not far from me. Maybe I'll go, or because you're kind of intrigued. I think you're going to meet this person. I feel online. Now, mind you, it's a mini read, so it could be in person. But I feel that then your interest is piqued. Maybe you're like pen pals, you know what I mean? Texting or just on these online app or online course or whatever you're doing. And then it kind of piques your interest. Huh?
When you said like after Christmas?
Yeah, after Christmas. Yeah. All right, Donna, go to the next person. Just hang on. Thanks for calling in. Bye.
Thanks.
Hi, you're on air. Welcome.
Hi. Thank you for taking my call. My name is Patricia, and my name is Patricia. I just want to know if Spirit had any specific messages for me. Anything I need to know, really important.
Why don't you ask a specific question and let's see how Spirit answers that?
Well, my contract, I do self-contract out in medical. I've been in the medical profession about 20 years here, and I had a contract to end at the beginning of August. And so does Spirit see me? Is there something coming up very soon here? I have been putting myself out there. So is there anything within
definitely another contract, and you will be working. Now, interesting enough, kind of similar to the other Donna, which, manifestations or spiritual messages usually happen like in bunches of grapes. There's always a similar resonance. So everyone listening right now, there's a similar resonance to what we all need to hear. I feel more moves for you in the time of Sagittarius. So that, again, is going to be end of November, December. Now, you may get some kind of position or job or contract or something it's a limited time that could extend into something else. Okay, so it could go from 2 months or 3 months into 6 months. There's something about an extension or extending the time or extending the position or extending the contract. But I definitely I don't feel you without contracts or work for a long period of time. It's like for some reason you're having a little catch up or breathing room. I do feel in October, though, you also are going to talk to someone or reach out to someone, whether it's like a agent, liaison, headhunter, whatever you call the people that kind of, you are going to be reconnecting. It could be somebody you used before, and they may not have something right away, but they may be the ones that come back around with this and say, hey, would you consider this, or what do you think of this? It's like a procurement office or company or person. I don't know that it's a big company. It feels like a smaller company. Or you recycle around to someone you worked with before. Maybe it's their HR or something, and talk to them or shoot them an email or, keep me in, it's not like because I don't necessarily, it feels like they know you. So it's like, well, just keep me in mind. And there's like a couple emails back and forth, and then it comes back around. So anybody that you're thinking of that in October, make sure you follow through on that, because it will bounce back with a result. Not right away, and I don't see you overly worried about it. You feel, it's like, well, if we're talking now June, July, maybe, but I do feel that something's going to come in, and it's kind of last minute. It's like, whoa, okay, I'll take it. I'll do it.
Yeah. And real quick, love, did you see that? Any love, I guess, like Donna, too, we all referencing back to, hey, Donna, you asked a great question earlier. So what do you think about
Donna, love? First, Donna, thank you.
Donna is our go-to girl today. Yes.
Donna, thank you. To the Donnas. Okay, let's see. Well, like I said, there is a lot with union for a lot of people coming up. And if honestly, my pick of cards are like personal. So those of you that are interested, go to my YouTube channel, Soul Insights and Tarot with me, Michele Meiche. So you have someone also, interesting enough. So again, when we become more psychic, we learn to read the signs and the synchronicities. So I think a lot of people, whether you're in the chat, whether you're listening by phone, or you're going to be listening later in the replays, there's something about people meeting in groups. I'm getting the same thing with you, Patricia. I'm getting a group. Now, yours seems to be maybe more spiritual, religious, could be also a course. Special interest is what I'm hearing. That, again, you know what's interesting, Patricia? You're going to be going back to certain things that you got out of or haven't done in a while. Or you used to do all the time. Now, maybe you got out of it because of, pandemic, everything that was happening, or you haven't, and maybe January. What were you doing last January or this January, February? There's something coming back around. What was going on? Anything stand out?
Well, my birthday is coming around in February.
Okay.
Yes.
Did you go out for your birthday, or were you with friends?
Yeah, jazz. I love jazz, and so that's
it.
mostly.
There we go.
Yes.
There we go. So getting out with friends, listening to music. So that's coming back around. You're going to meet someone there. Tall, dark, and handsome. Yeah, you're definitely meeting someone. You are definitely meeting someone. So those things are coming back around for you, and like the birthday, it's right around your birthday. So I don't know if you meet this person, right around during that time, but I feel like I feel you meet them doing what you were doing in that, end of January, February time frame. So if that was being with friends, birthday, jazz, all of that, you going back and doing that, you're going to meet someone. There might even be a place, either a jazz place that you go to, you frequent all the time, or like a jazz club?
Yeah, I do.
Is that what it is?
I have one. Yeah, that I go to. I frequent. Yes.
Okay.
Yes. Love
there
it.
There it is.
Yeah.
There it is.
Wow. Thank you.
Oh my God. Keep us posted, Patricia. How fun.
I sure will. I love you. Thank you. Many blessings. Thank you, Donna. We love you.
Thank you, Donna. We love you. Donna, got it going for us.
That's right. All right.
Bye. Oh, my God. Okay, I think Paolo is on the... Pauliti, where are you? Are you here? All right. And we're going to let him talk about a bit of what he does. Let's see. I'm not sure. Guys, I can't see anything on my screen hardly. Okay. Oh, yeah. There he is. All right. Some of you know of him. He's been on the podcast many times before, friend of Awakenings community. Very intuitive. Extremely gifted artist and artisan. Some of you have some of his works of art as well, but he channels a lot through art expression as well as insight. So let's connect him with Paolo. Let's bring him on. Hey, Paolo.
Hello.
Hello.
Can you hear me?
Good to see. Yes, I can. Can you hear me?
Okay. Yeah, I can hear you.
Oh my God, we're having a good little time here.
I see. It's a Donna Day, isn't it?
Yes.
Well, Donna meaning from my level of Donna meaning beauty.
Yes, la donna.
Yeah. And Madonna, meaning the mother of beauty. So it's like all you're in this beautiful mother energy. Very sweet, very nice. Yeah.
Wow.
And of course, everyone wants to know about their love because your heart is expanding during this Madonna energy, and it's of course expanding to others. It's expanding to reach out to other hearts. And that's what is really the force of what it will empower us and get us through all of this enigmas and all of these places of indecisiveness and questions in places like this. We are joining by hearts. We are joining by our feelings, our intuitions, and as you repeat, we are always joining by our souls, and our souls are finding others. And we're all going to be in this wonderful soul song love Donna experience.
No wonder. So something's revving up because I've been feeling it, and I've talked. Actually, it opened with one of my. Oh my God, she's been a client. She's subscribed to my YouTube channel. She's in my Patreon community. Joan is her name, and she said, "Oh, would you in the Patreon community do a reading on relationships?" And I thought, okay, why not? And then when I tuned in, I'm just seeing all this, like you're talking, love vibration, people coming together, love relationship, romance, but also collaborations, creative ventures, community, all love, what you're talking about, Paolo, all on that that beauty frequency is coming in. So I'm like, wow, that's woo, like that.
Well, I mean, it's a balance, it's a pendulum, as you say, it all repeats, and it does all repeat. But in this one that is coming back, it is empowered by beauty. We should know this. We should know that what looks like a dark and questioning place is surrounded by the answer of love and beauty. It's coming through that dimension. It's coming through that form. To everyone, to all of us, everyone on this planet is going to take that leap. We're kind of, I think we've all kind of had it about the struggle, As an artist, we used to laugh about, well, do I have to cut off my ear like Van Gogh to be famous and die before I'm famous? That kind of all experience of saying, it's just not a breach. is now extinct. That's gone. It is
right.
in reach. It's right there. You're just going to vibrate in and with it, and it's through love. It's through beauty.
Mm. So let me ask you, how does that affect, and then we're going to get to callers. Hold on, we're going to get to you guys. What? How is that going to how's that manifesting on a 3D level?
Okay.
Or affecting us on a 3D level?
It's going to manifest by these. Yeah. What we're seeing on our 3D level, or our real level of the Earth, is we're seeing the breakdowns and the changes and all of that. All of that erector set stuff. Oh, let's put this here and put that there. And some of us are going to be connectors, and some of us are going to be saying, no, that's not it, and all of that. But that's the part of all the fixing. I'm talking about what is holding all this. What it used to hold this was a power of people in greed and people in fear and people wanting more than what everybody has. That imbalanced energy. That's what was holding all of this, especially around the times of Rome falling. Rome, power, ego, we got so much, we want more. More is not enough, and that kind of energy. That held us. That encapsulated us then. But we're no longer encapsulated by that. We're releasing to like open hands, open arms to, here, you're welcome to have what I have. I want you to have what I have, so I can enjoy this love. I don't want to be quiet about my love anymore. I don't want to be quiet about my beautifulness anymore. I don't know. There's no toning down. There's no let it go, let it fly, let it release. And that's the big part. What you need to do is understand that these things, these challenges, you let them go. You let these people go. You release them, and then open up with your love. Open up. It's especially in the old paradigm. Someone would come in, let's say, in the relationship, and they would come in and they would get into your heart, and then of course if something would happen, they would disappear, and your heart would be broken. But you know what? It got into your heart. It got you into your heart, and now you're aware what your heart was. You see, it kept that alive. Now, this is going to be a constant movement now, where we're all going to feel these hearts and heal our hearts and hear our song, and our song's going to be singing together through our hearts. I feel it's the biggest celebration coming ever.
Yeah. Woo. Love that, Paul. Love it. All right, let's see who we got in the queue. And we'll get to all of you, and if for some reason we don't, I'm here next Wednesday, 12 p.m. Pacific time. Let's see, we've got, oh, this person was on before. Hi, you're on air.
Oh, you just talked. Yes, it's Patricia.
Yeah.
So,
Patricia,
yeah.
I thought so. Hi again.
Thank you.
Oh, such a beautiful energy. Okay, here we go. I got it organized now. Hi, you're on air. Hello.
Hi, thank you. Hello, thank you so much for taking the call. My name is Kay.
Hey, Kay. Were you in the chat?
Hey, Kay.
Yes, I was in the chat. Yes, hi.
Oh,
thank
good.
you.
Okay, hi, Kay. Yeah. What's your question? Rocking and rolling.
I guess it's a theme because, I was a little torn, but I have met someone, and she's absolutely, it's surprising. Let me just say it that way. And
challenging.
Enjoying it.
Okay.
Yes, just wondering, where do you see this going?
Well, it's already going. It's not. There isn't a destination. Okay, it's there. So make of each moment and celebrate each moment with her, and enjoy that. It isn't going to go anywhere. It isn't going to build into anything. As far as just enjoy the relationship. Now, staying in that energy will keep that energy alive, and so it's a matter of when you decide to, because energy is what it is. We got to realize energy flows. It moves. It's not stoic. It's not still. It's real. It's real. It's from the earth. It's like a flower moving through the earth and coming into a full bloom. And you just keep that energy alive with that person. If you feel your heart is singing in that, sing with her. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
don't go and watch it. Don't become the ego and go, well, wonder where this is going. Should I really put more energy in her and all of that? Because you're really kind of you do that. You're very up in your head a lot. And so I want you to drop out of your head, because your head, here's a big quote from Mother, and I love it. She says, put your head below your heart, because your head has no answers and your heart has no questions.
Beautiful. Now, with that okay, definitely, I think in Aries time, you'll probably think of where you're going and what you guys are doing. I also do see a trip with the two of you. You're going to be planning a getaway time. I agree with Paolo. Just enjoy it. And I feel like more in the spring, there could be talks of living together, moving. Does one of you have a little dog or pet? Cat or dog?
I had one, but I don't have one now. But I want one. I want a dog.
A dog. I see you getting a dog. Okay, because I see a dog around when you make the decisions.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah.
Yes, okay.
Yeah. There's a little dog. The cat on the other side is saying go for it. But, yeah, I do see you getting a little dog. Yeah.
A rescue.
Okay.
A rescue.
Yes. Oh, definitely. Oh, is there any other kind?
Let's see what it's...
Right. They are so lovely.
Yeah, enjoy it. You're definitely going to be kind of in a nesty energy more in the springtime. You know, it's interesting, nesty, but also kind of getting out and about and traveling or moving around more. Let's see.
That makes sense, because she lives across country and she's planning on moving here, but not because of me, but she's moving because her daughter lives here.
Perfect.
So there'll be some travel between. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's why. There's the travel then. Very cool, Kay. Well, good to talk with you. Talk to you later.
Thank you so much. Blessings to you both.
Okay.
Oh, you're
one thing. Can you give that, Paolo? Can you give that quote again? I love what you said. Your head has no. Say that again.
Put your head below your heart. Put your head below your heart. Your head has no answers, and your heart has no questions.
Wow, I love that. Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
Okay. Bye-bye.
Okay. Bye. All right, got some people in the chat. Okay, we're trying to get everybody in. Maybe we'll trim down the time here. Oh, I think we got, let's see, here we go. Okay. Hi, you're on air.
Hi, this is Vince. How are you?
Hey, Vince, doing great. How are you?
I'm perplexed. You know, laid back right now, but perplexed. I'm calling because I'm calling from New York, by the way, and I'm calling because I have a job right now, and I'm not happy with it because I'm making good money, but I'm not getting enough hours to pay all my bills and everything. It's struggle. There's no overtime right now because winter is coming in. I work for a soda place.
Okay.
But here's the thing. I'm supposed to be at work at 6, but they're giving me time off. They don't know why I asked for it, but I'm taking some private time, which they're going to be paying me for because I'm using some sick day off. But I have
You're looking at other jobs, Vince.
Yes, I am, and this is what I was calling.
I
right now,
psychically. Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah. Okay. So right now, I'm going for a job interview at 5:30 this afternoon, but it's a place. It's at a Pepsi plant that I used to work. I got fired from there for something that I didn't do back in February of 21. So they lifted the ban so I could get rehired, and I'm just wondering. I'm going for the interview. And during my time there, I won awards for outstanding performance and all the achievements, accomplishments. So I'm just wondering if they're going to consider me again and rehire me, or if they're going to pass me along.
Okay, Paolo, you want to go first, and I'll tag team you?
Or what I'm feeling first of all is when you do go to this interview, I would like you to do something. I would like you to kind of write out what's the worst things that could happen and what are the best things that could happen. And when you write out these worst things, I want you to, after you write them, rip them up and burn them, and come into that place with a newness, an understanding of that past story is not going to help you now. And so let go of that whole history of what you feel you are to them. What we want to bring to them is who you really are and your power and what you can do to, even fill this job, but make it better for everyone. Because you have a lot of power you've been sitting on. And you've been and I see this all through your life. I see you as growing up, you were really never appreciated to your fullness.
No.
No,
I've
never really seen. Okay, so I want you to be seen. I want you to be on your own, like you've done your study of you, and you come out with the best thesis and the best composition of what to present to them about you. And I believe that they will see that, and they will probably, react to that.
Okay.
Yeah. I like that. Okay, Vince. It may be in stages. It may be something less full-time or part-time, or it could be that you fill in for somebody and then the opportunity. Because I definitely see you leaving your other job. There's no doubt about it. You're getting a new position. I'm not sure about this one, how it unfolds, or it could be a certain amount of hours and then it goes into something more, or they maybe even bump you up or say, we have a better or different position. You might get a position, but it may not be the position you used to do. There could be a difference in the position is what I'm hearing. But definitely you are leaving that other job. And I definitely, because I'm feeling the need to light some sage, you definitely need to clear your energy before you go in there today. Do what Paolo suggested. Yeah, that's going to help you a lot. You want to go in with a clean slate energetically. That's really good one, Paolo. Amazing. That's important. You don't want to bring that old energy in. All right, Vince, keep us posted. Okay, we're going to scoop.
Okay, we'll do. Okay.
Have a good time.
Good luck.
Much peace.
All right.
Good luck. I think we got Jade on the line. Jade in the chat, I think this is you.
Yep. Hi. Thank you for taking my call.
Hey, Jade. Welcome. You're on the air with Paolo.
Thank you so much. Awesome. Happy to be here.
Yeah, happy to have you. What's your question?
Okay, my question is real simple. I'm in an existing job, a little over 5 months now, 1 and 6, and it was a great opportunity. And I wanted to see what you're picking up, as far as job security and all that type of stuff, and how you see me progressing at this place.
Okay.
I think it's a bigger window here. And what I mean is you're being supported by the universe, okay, to help take care of someone. And this is coming up. So in other words, it's not about what you're seeing in your life right now, okay? You're going to be supporting someone and others in a bigger way. And let the universe carry you. Have the trust in your gut, intuition. Intuition is really important. To follow that gut feeling and intuition about all you need to do is kind of drive the car. The car is going to it has the gas, it has everything. All you have to do is steer it, okay? But do not try to steer it from what you're seeing, but what you're feeling, okay? Because your feelings are going to bring you to that place inside you that's going to put the ends to that. It's going to be like a leaking teacup or something, or teapot. You're going to find that lid that finally fits, that won't have to keep leaking out, and you're going to be fulfilled in you. And so no matter what the title is that you're doing and where you're doing it, but you're going to be fulfilled in doing it and have a passion about doing it, about bringing you to this job, bringing you to this work of service, because you're going to be helping others a lot.
Mm-hmm. Jade, let me ask you, are you wanting a different position there or ultimately a different job? Are you trying to figure out a different direction for yourself?
No, not at all. Like I said, the position I got, honestly, put it this way, this job was so great that initially when they had called me back, I didn't even think I was going to get it. It was a very lengthy process, lots of interviews, lots of back and forth. I got a position. I mean, the pay is excellent. The benefits are out of this world.
So it's new,
I couldn't ask for
it's what I'm
better.
hearing. Because is it new? Because I'm getting like you were on a certain track or doing something else or working, and then there seemed to be a change. So you already did that. This is a new job.
It's in the technology field. It's in the technology field. I'm just learning a new product. That's the only difference.
Okay. But it's new to the job is new to you.
Well, not the type of job itself, because it's technology. It's working with software.
That's what it is.
And helping out the clients. But I've always done technology all my life. It's just a different product. That's all.
Okay. It looks good. It looks good. It looks like, I guess what I'm getting that is new, that shows in your energy field of what you're learning is this new product or whatever. So no, it looks good. I would just relax into it. I think you're going to feel more and more at home there. There's good colleagues. I just feel for you, it's like relaxing into it. That's all I'm getting. And learn this, whatever this is new that you're learning. That's the only learning curve. That's the only curve I see, is that you're learning something new. All right, sweetie, thanks for calling in. You take care.
Thank you.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
No problem. Bye-bye.
Okay. Hi, you're on air. Hello.
Hi, thanks for taking my call.
Yeah, you're welcome. Who's this?
My name is Terry. I'm calling from Connecticut, but I'm from Rhode Island.
Oh, hello, Connecticut. What's your first name? So I can write it. What's your first
Terry.
name? Terry?
Terry.
Yeah.
Terry. Okay.
Carrie, you're bright. Your energy is quick, intense when it can be. You're a leader, Carrie. You're a leader, and I want to be invited to the party, Carrie.
I was listening.
It's really cool.
I wasn't expecting it to be unmuted. I'm like, whoop! I'm up next.
You are up next, and I can feel your energy. It's bright. The future's bright. You've been through a lot, Carrie, and you cover and you move through it wonderfully. I think we should ask you a question.
Thank you for that. I appreciate that. I really do.
It's true. I feel
what's
it.
Your
I
question,
really do
Carrie?
feel it.
Yeah.
See, I don't know if I have a specific question, so I really appreciate that.
Well,
I came across your show today, and I have a lot of new changes coming up, and it ebbs and flows, the energy, but I'm trying to stay grounded.
Anything to do with anything around you to do with horses?
I live across the street from a horse farm currently, but I'm moving.
Okay. Well, whether you go and pet them and feed them a carrot occasion, whatever you do, it's like watering the plants in the garden for you. So just go and love a horse. It's going to bring you such incredible love. Yeah.
So moving out here brought me so much healing, and I'm kind of.
Yeah.
It was like a sabbatical for the past year, and now I'm going back. I'm farther away from my family and friends, so I'm happy to be going closer to home.
Yeah.
It's just now I'm just trying to pack.
Just bring a picture. Take some pictures of you and a horse and bring it back with you.
Okay. I like that.
All right.
Yeah, you're doing okay. I just feel for you with whatever you have planned in the moment. It seems to me you have a vision, a plan. You're moving through your goals. Rest when you need to rest, but don't quit. And I think you won't anyway. I think the thing is you're on the right track, you're on the right path, and that you just need to follow through and just do it. I feel like you have a command. I agree with you're a leader with other people, but also within yourself. You're very connected to your own inner authority, and you just got to get to it and get through it. That's all. And you're going to, you know what I mean? It's like
I tend to procrastinate.
Well, but hey, a lot of procrastination is. I procrastinate a lot, but procrastination a lot of times is intervention from our higher self, saying we don't need to do this or overwork or push. So you're just kind of one step in front of the next for you. It's like you're on the path. You know what you need to do. I don't feel you need to rush or get manic about it and make it happen. It's just, it's one step, then the next step. You have a plan. You know what to do. Just do it. Make sure you play and have fun in between. Rest. Visit the horses. Do something in nature to give yourself a break.
I do have some time. I have the next month, but so I just feel like I want to get it all done so it can be over. But I like that.
No. You can't do that. You're going to have to just do it step by step and take some breaks. It's not going to work to try to get it done.
The most difficult animal in the world to photograph is a horse. They don't ever stay still, and that's like you. There's always something going on. Always something going on. That's why I want you to embrace the horse, because the horse is able to do that as natural as we breathe.
Oh, that's beautiful.
They don't see that as you see, and in Chinese, there is one character difference from man and horse. Only one line, only one stroke. And so that's how close we are. It's like having a llama with the other animals. They calm the heart. So you have that ability to able to calm your heart as you're going through this. Just continue to do that.
Thank you. I needed to hear that.
Beautiful.
I appreciate that.
Terry, keep shining. Lots of love. Keep shining.
Thank you guys so much.
Love. Okay, we got another caller. Hello. Trying to get I see you guys on it. I'm trying to get to y'all. Hello.
Hi. How are you? My name is Tanika. How are you? Hi, Tanika. Welcome. Hi. Thank you. It's so funny because I'm a Chinese astrology horse in Chinese astrology. I'm an earth horse.
Love it.
Well, then you know what I'm talking about.
Yes. I love all that. I follow it too. So my question is, I'm just kind of starting anew. I'm looking for a job where I can live on my own, make good enough money to live on my own, hopefully find a good relationship, a husband, get married, and have children. So I'm kind of starting out new.
All right. I understand that. I appreciate that. But realize, Tanika, you aren't new. Your soul is very well versed in life. You have so much to bring to people. You have such a big heart that once you love someone, it's harder to let them go than bring them in for you. Once you get someone in your heart, they stay with you. You're very loyal. You're kind of like the dog running along with the horse. And a dog is a teacher. So you have a lot to share with your life about how you've how you've danced through your life. And Tanika, it's just begin to love to find that passionate dance, and it's all going to be okay. It's all going to work. It's all going to work. It's all lining up for Tanika. It's going to be the Tanika show without the ego, just being able to be who you are. And everybody will be able to contribute. Everyone has a place of contribution. Why you are here and manifested right now is because you're needed. Your voice is needed. Your style is needed. Everything about you is that there's a place for it. Okay? And I'm going to say thank you for showing up because you're needed. You're loved here. And you're going to receive that. It's going to come back at you just like everything to you is going to be in that mirror that you look in. I see you looking at yourself and wondering who you are. And, it's like a seeker. We all are seekers, and it's a part of our process. But Tanika, you bring such depth through your ancestors, through your mother, your grandmother, very strong women. Very strong women. And they've given you a platform to be you and to be loved. And you will receive that. You will receive that in spades, honey.
Beautiful.
Oh, wow. I've been through a lot. That's so good to hear because I've been through so much. So, I always wonder if because I don't have children yet and I don't have a partner yet. All those things are important to me. And I've just relocated to another state with my family, which, I'm lucky that I got to, but they're not the best for me. I just need my space finally, to finally be out on my own and hopefully find true love. And it just hasn't
you will, Tanika. You will.
Tanika, you're coming. Tanika, you're coming into a time of growth. It's showing that you're letting go of upheaval and emotional upheaval from the past, and that you're in a state of renewal and growth, health getting better, stamina, growth in a new direction, financial growth. And I do see that there will be a birth. Right now it's more about your goals and opportunities, business, and then I do feel there will for sure be a relationship and at least one child, maybe two. So you're on the right track, you're on the right path. Just focus on whatever renews you, whatever it brings, whatever's life enhancing and whatever brings renewal to you, and that will keep you on the track because that's your main focus right now. All right, Tanika, keep us posted. We're going to get to the next person. Much peace.
Okay.
Lots of love and light.
Thank you. Thank you both of you.
Thank you. Okay, we got two more. We're going to see if we can squeeze you in. We might have to cut a little short here. Hello, you're on air. Hello.
Hi, this is Valerie.
Valerie? Hey, Valerie. Welcome.
Hi, Valerie.
Hi. Michelle, you were right about the wall. First, I want to say you were right about the wall. The retaining wall is going to be built in the time frame this year, and that has been completed. Thank you.
Oh, yay. Congratulations.
Yeah.
Got that? That's a
thank you.
Hassle out of your life.
Yes.
So good.
So I want to see what's coming next.
In what area? How much time do you have? What area should we hone in on? You got us both.
Well, it's always relationship, of course.
Oh, I like that. They're coming. Let's see if we can get a time frame. I'll go first this time, and then we'll let you, Paolo, and I'll watch the clock so we can get. I think we have maybe able to squeeze one more in. All right, Valerie. Let's see relationship. Okay. Well, by the way, this retaining wall, whatever you went through with that now that's lifted, you're going to be ready to do other stuff. So it shows like there's been a lot of, to-do stuff, kind of more boring stuff. So you're going to be out and about. Could be someone rekindled towards the end of this year, in the beginning of next year. You're also in a path of growth. But I feel like I'm going to say more towards the spring that I see someone around you. Let's see if we can get how you meet. It's kind of sudden. Could be with work or something through work. Or, now, what's interesting, are you going to do more stuff around your property?
Yes.
Okay, because it's tied into that. Honestly, I know this is weird, but I met somebody once in a gym, so it's possible anywhere. You hear those stories of meeting in the grocery store. Could be someone that lives near you that you don't know. Either you meet this person at like a Home Depot, Home Goods, because I'm seeing like bags of something. I don't know if it's cement, concrete, or if it's peat moss or something to put. It's some kind of bag, and I get like one of those kinds of stores. Okay. I don't know if you meet, either you meet this person there and they help you put in the basket and then you get chit-chatting. They could be a builder or contractor or have that kind of business or some connection, or you meet the person and you guys have similar interests. Because I definitely see the person you're going to be with is like a little putter around the house, always doing this project, that, or they're in a remodel themselves. So definitely that's all I'm getting with that. Definitely you're meeting someone, there's similar interests. I definitely either see you meeting them at this place or you're shopping, you meet, and then you end up doing these kinds of things together, on the weekend.
Oh, I got to go pick up
Oh, you love it. There you go. Match made in heaven. It's like, you want to go to the hardware store with me, honey? Let's go to Home Depot. Yeah. Oh, let's go. Oh, yeah, I need to pick up some stuff for the garden and I want to change those pavers out and put some different steps in. Yeah, you're
right on cue.
Okay. All right, Paulita, you have anything before we get to the next?
Well, it's just the energy that you're. The energy you have around you is quite big. In other words, if people feel you before you enter a room, your aura is quite big, and so you've been calling. You're way inside of you. There's this tiny voice saying, "Okay, look, I can do this. I can handle that, but I want to do it with somebody. I want to do it with somebody. I want to share this world with somebody." Because your voice looks around and they can't see anything because you're way out there, and so you kind of forgot there's someone way back there wanting to get out too, and that's what's going to happen. It's that little voice is going to grow and meet you outside, and when that happens, that person is going to be floored by your energy. All of you will be presenting, so you're not going to be an aspect of something. You're going to be fully present. And fully present means that, Yeah.
Beautiful.
And when that happens,
beautiful. I love it. You got to call when you guys start dating. Call in and keep us posted as to all your projects, your home projects.
Absolutely.
Right?
Yes, I certainly will. Thank you.
All right. Take care.
Okay. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Okay. Hi, you're in air. Okay, if we're going to be connecting with this caller.
Hi, this
is
Suzanne.
Chat or listen. Hi, Suzanne. We're going to go a little
Hi,
overtime. Hi, Suzanne. What's your question?
I have two quick questions. I'm applying for a bus monitor job on Friday. I really want it. Do you see me getting it? I have a job now, but my soul's not into it. And I have a blind date supposedly on Sunday. He has a cold now, but we're supposed to meet Sunday.
Okay, okay, first one, some tweaking necessary, but you're in good standing for really getting that. As far as your blind date,
what do you mean tweaking? What do you mean tweaking?
Tweaking is about in other words, we had another caller. How are you going to present who you are there? Because you tend to sit on a lot of your power, and so don't do that. Don't really come in really strong. Really come in really strong to it, because I feel that's what's going to happen, and that'll bring you into this position. Okay.
Great.
Yeah.
So maybe I can start in a couple of weeks.
Yeah.
Yeah, I definitely feel like it shows multiple
you're going to be
times
busy.
there.
You're going to be busy.
Yeah.
But the blind date,
No? Why not?
I think you're gonna see it. Well, I think there could be another delay, or you do get together and then there's a space or a delay. It's kind of.
I just don't feel right. That's not a right mix. Not a right mix.
It seems to be patched. It's kind of an opener. It's a warmer upper. It's an opener.
Yeah. It's a stepping stone. Yes, it is.
Do you see me? I'm going to be working for a bus company. Maybe there's men there. Do you see me meeting anybody there? Because I'm ready.
You're definitely going to be. I know you're ready. Whoa, Suzanne! I love your energy. Let me have some of that. You listen, girl. You are definitely going to be pulling someone in. Multiple.
Yeah,
people.
That's true.
Some of them into either bocce ball. What's the other thing? Bowling or something. It's like a cruise ball. I don't know. They're into all these games. They love games. And
right. And when will I find out about the job? Are they going to say yes tomorrow? I mean, Friday, I go my interview 11 o'clock.
I don't know. I feel like a little bit back and forth with the job. I don't know if you have to have another interview or meet someone, or there's a delayed start date. I definitely do see you leave. These are mini reads. I definitely see you getting a new job and jumping in full guns. Are you wearing a uniform with this job?
Yeah, it's like a bus company shirt. Right now I'm a teacher aide, but I'm just
You're definitely.
But I mean, if I have to start in 2 weeks, that's okay, because then I can give this job 2 weeks notice. Okay. But I just want to. My interview is at 11 o'clock.
Okay, I got to be honest, because we got to scoot. I definitely see you getting a job that you wear a uniform or shirt or something. I definitely see a uniform and like a patch. and there's like a place where people meet. They also have like it's not the teachers. So you're definitely getting a new job with a uniform. And there's some place where they meet, like, I don't know, to have tea or coffee. There's a group of people before they get their assignments or go out. I just don't know
that would be the bus company, and my interview is at 11 o'clock on this Friday. I took off work to interview.
Good timing on that. Good.
Okay.
Yeah. Friday, though, that's where I'm saying the tweaking. Friday is a place where things slip through. So you just, if it's something is coming up, kind of push through, keep pushing through. And I don't maybe hear that they're going to hire you, say, oh yes, we're going to give you a yes today, but just stay at that place, and they will, and it will happen. It will happen.
Yeah.
Oh, maybe I'll find out next week. You mean?
Yeah, it could either be that or yeah. There's something. We can't go. We got to scoop. There is some glitch or delay. So I don't know. I don't know if it's that they don't have anything, or they're hiring, or then it's like then they call you back, or they say we have this shift but not that shift. There's some little wiggly thing in there. But all you have to know is you are getting a job.
That's what I'm saying about the tweaking.
Uniform.
That's what I'm saying about the tweaking. Yeah.
Paulo sees you getting the job. Just focus on you have the job. If there's any little delay or anything odd, don't worry about it.
All right, great.
Judy, take good care. Keep shining
bright. Thank you.
Wow, everybody. Woo! Paulisi, the energy.
Wow.
Right? People and things moving.
Well, yeah, that's what I was pushing. When I was waiting in the queue, I was saying, okay, this is going to be a fired up show. And it has been. That's been fun. Yeah. Oh boy.
Let's do it again.
These people are ready to do it, and they're really ready to have their dream doing it. It's time. Gosh, if it isn't now, when is? When are you going to do it? When are you going to do it? And that's how I feel about life now. It's like, okay, I'm here. Whatever the universe wanted me to do, I've done, and I'm here. And now I'm going to screw it and enjoy it, and have the blast that that I know I am, And that's what it is. That's what it is. The fullness of all of it. So I feel everybody is going to be in that full part of themselves, and it's going to be a party. It's going to be a party.
Yeah, so I hope people that are listening to this that are wiggling, there's a risk, but it's not like a negative risk, like we're asking you to like run across the freeway, in between cars. Yeah. But but there is this adventure. It's a risk to dare to dream, like you said, Paolo. Follow your dream. It's a risk to like let me get out of my comfort zone, out of my little box. Maybe I can make my box a little bigger sandbox.
Yeah.
It's the type of risk, right, Paolo? It's the type of risk that once you do it, when you look back, you're going to go, that wasn't anything. Why didn't I do that sooner? Or, man, I'm good at this. Right?
Well, because you have you have all the tools as you were going on. You have all the tools for what you're asking for inside of you. You have all the tools to just say, okay, I'm accepting it, I'm owning it, I'm me, and I'm celebrating me.
Yeah, I'm celebrating. Love that.
Yeah. Thank you. This has been a lot of fun, everyone. And thank you for calling in for all your questions. Thank you. That's lovely. I enjoyed that.
Now,
it's
Paolo,
wonderful.
let us know where people can connect with you, whether for reading, insight, your art. Where can people see your art? How can people find you?
They can find me on ancientbling.com. I have a website there, and it shows my paintings and whatever I'm up to, and stories about how I've affected people's lives. I think there's only one right now.
You got to put
but anyway,
more.
I've been calling that
Paolo,
in.
You're also on Instagram, too? You're also on Instagram.
Yeah, I'm on Instagram, and I'm on Facebook. You can contact me on Facebook. Yeah, I'm on all those kind of things. I think I'm on Twitter and Snapchat and I don't know, stuff like that, but I never use it. But if you contact me, I probably would. I don't know.
I think best is your website and Instagram. Best is your website and Instagram.
Yeah. Those are kind of the ones I kind of keep going.
Cool. All right, Paolo. Till next time. So love and light. Thanks for sharing your light with us. Kind of lightning round. Woo!
Yes. Oh, it was lovely. Thank you. It's always lovely to play.
Yes.
I love
big
everyone.
Hug.
Thank you. Okay, big
hug.
Bye.
Bye. Woo. Okay, so thank you all for being here, hanging out. Those of you in the chat, Sacred Space of Empowerment Room, thanks for being here. Those of you called in, those of you that are listening later in the replays. Also, please, I'm going to start putting this call out because I have more goodies, things that I'm going to be doing and making available to people. Subscribe to my YouTube channel, Soul Insights and Tarot with Michele Meiche. I always put my name in every title so people can just Google that if you can't remember the rest. Also, please, love for you to connect with me on Instagram. And if you want any, particular Akashic readings, record readings, Akashic Hall readings, just let me know. Either in the comments on Instagram or comment on any of the YouTube, videos that I have, and I'll see it. I'm starting to get a list, so I've had some requests of certain video readings to do. Let's see what else. Oh, yes. So more people can find us. Love it. If you've been listening to the program for a while, love it if you would go to Apple Podcast, iTunes and Apple Podcast and do a rating. 5 stars would be nice. If you have issues with me, email me and we can talk. But don't put crappy, because I don't look there, but I do know that the more ratings we have, it makes it easier for people to find the podcast. So especially if you've gotten a reading, I've been accurate, or I've helped you, or you've learned something, or you just have fun, maybe just come here and have fun, and hang out. Love to get that rating, review, whatever, to help more people. This is a time for all of us individually and as a collective to reach out, find each other, and share with each other, create with each other, and most importantly, love each other. All right, Soul Lights, as always, continue to shine your light, share your insights, and of course, keep awake. I'm getting woke and staying woke.
Awakenings broadcasts every Wednesday, 12 p.m. Pacific Time. Archive shows available on iTunes. For continued awakened conversations and insights, join the Awakenings group on Facebook. And check out Michelle's blog at soulplayground.com. And keep awake.